Hey, hello, this is Shelly's mini documentary video. At the beginning of the video, I would like to ask a question. Have you ever wondered why doing drugs is illegal? Looking back from the Chinese history, the Chinese government has started to forbid drugs much earlier than you think. The drug that does much harm is the opium. At first, opium is only for medical use, but until the Qing dynasty, people started to mix opium with cigarette. The addictive product thus became a great hit. People are using opium everywhere at that time. Opium can be even treated as money. You can pay your food with opium. Then until Yongzheng Emperor, he discovered that Chinese people spend too much money on buying opium. So the problem actually had huge impact on the nation's finance. So he therefore made restrictions on people purchasing them. However, the policy were not strictly executed, and the problem remained. So, and then after decades, when Jia Qing became the new emperor of China, he made opium illegal. Not only make restrictions, but also illegal, because he thought that the people that they look like when they're taking opium is a gesture that lower the Chinese culture. So, but after the first Opium War, the unfair treaty was made, which everyone knows, between China and England. Then opium became a legal imported drug. Then opium became a greater problem because now it's legal. Citizens taking opium brings a great deal of tax. So at first, the Qing dynasty was sad about it, but then they saw money, they saw profit of it. The Qing dynasty therefore started to grow opium on their own land, which is in China. Then from this example, we see that during the Qing dynasty, for this long period of time, the authority forbade opium, not for people's health, but for their money. So let's think about it. Cigarette and alcohol also do harm to the body, and they are also addictive. But why they are illegal, not like drugs? For example, being addicted to alcohol also brings a lot of great problems. Take a famous comic book as an example. In 1979, the comic book of the Iron Man was released. It talked about Tony Stark had alcohol problem after he lost his equipment. Due to the setback to his self-identity, he used alcohol to numb himself. The comic book was put into a movie later on, and it starred by Robert Downey Jr. And in real life, Robert Downey was once caught taking marijuana. There are also many examples of people in Taiwan taking marijuana, for example, like To Dongkang, Hu Gua Ke Zhendong. When these celebrities admit that they take marijuana, they always apologize to the society, and they say that they're sorry for themselves, and tears stream down their faces. But do know that the illegal marijuana in Taiwan is in fact legal in some other countries in the world. Some people claim that marijuana is not that addictive, and does less harm comparing to cigarette and alcohol. Some people claim that marijuana is a fundamental drug. People who take them are likely to take on higher level of drugs. So, before we move on to discuss the legalization of marijuana, we need to know the functions of weed. The first time humans used weed is of religious use in Romania. But nowadays, weed is mostly put on medical use, such as easing the pain and making people with cancer to have appetite. It can also be used on depression and insomnia. The first time when weed became illegal was in 1937 in USA. However, in 21st centuries, many countries started to legalize marijuana. For example, in Netherlands, people over 18 can take at most 5 grams of weed at home or at licensed restaurants every day. In 2013, Uruguay became the first country ever that completely legalized marijuana. I therefore interview one person's opinion about marijuana and then ask her if it is possible for Taiwan to legalize marijuana.
I don't think it should be legal in Taiwan because I think in Taiwan there have been lots of problems, social problems in Taiwan, such as the drunk driving and the risk of health because of the cigarettes. And there are more and more teenagers can buy these things in Taiwan. So if we legalize the weed in Taiwan, there might be more and more problems and issues. So unless the government could handle all of it well, or I don't think that the weed should be legal in Taiwan.
I once designed an 80-minute class to discuss whether to legalize marijuana in Taiwan or not. Most people disagree, just like the person I interviewed. Some said that weed is illegal. If weed is illegal, then cigarette and alcohol should also be illegal because they all do harm to our body. To conclude, I think that the legalization of marijuana should wait until more people accept it as normal as cigarette or alcohol. Thank you.